Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Shadow Kid, the first Shadow Collector. Welcome to another Disney-related video on my channel. So, for today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about what we could possibly be getting for D23 this year and potentially a Sax doll this year that may or may not be coming around November, October-ish. So if you guys are excited for that, be sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that sub button for more content in the future, and without further ado, let's head on right into it. Alright, here we go. So as you may or may not know, for the Ultimate Disney Princess Collection, or Glamorous Collection, whatever you want to call it, they're all going to be $15 total. On the UK store, it actually says $12. I'm assuming because they're not including the 3 that are coming for D23. But they're all $15 total. It is going to consist of all 12 of the official Disney princesses. And if you don't know who those are, Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, and Moana. So it is going to include all those, not in any specific order from what I can tell. I think it's just an order they decide to go with, but it's not the official order at all. It's just in order. So the question is, what are the remaining 3 and what they could be? Clearly, they're coming out for D23. It's just a matter of who they are. So one theory is this right here, Giselle, since it is the 15th anniversary this year, and there is a sequel, Disenchanted, coming out in the fall also, so it would make sense for Giselle to be part of this collection of the 12-inch doll group. I also think that the live action doll again this year might be Amy Adams' version of Giselle also. That's just my opinion. I don't see anything else that could be. For all I know, we could be skipping live action dolls this year. But who's to say? Only time will tell, right? And the other option we have for D23 is Raya and I honestly forget her name already. Sisu? Something like that? Raya Sisu. So it's one of these two options for the D23. I think it's pretty obvious to say too that the other two of the 3 that are remaining is Anna and Elsa, because every 2 to 3 years we've been getting Frozen dolls. So last time we got a Frozen doll was like 2020. So it has been a while since we got one. So it would not surprise me in the least bit that they are part of this lineup. I mean, we haven't even gotten a Disney designer doll of either of them, so it would make sense to actually get them. Yeah, 2020 was the last time a Frozen doll was released, so it's already been like 2 years. So I'm expecting them to make a grand fashion return for this line right here for D23. So to me, it would not be surprised if 2 of the 3 that are remaining from this line is Anna and Elsa. If they were to just choose one of the sisters, clearly it would be Elsa. She's the most popular one of the 2. At least I think so. So there's potential chance that Giselle and Raya would be part of the lineup. It's kind of hard to say really, because Raya didn't get her own 17-inch doll for her release, which is quite a shame because a lot of people were looking forward to that, but I guess Disney had other plans and decided not to do it. Will we ever get a Raya doll prior to the 10th anniversary? That's a good question. I mean, the only way I could think of that happening is if they make a sequel to Raya and the Last Dragon. That's the only way I can see it happening before the 10th anniversary. Because I don't think they would just drop a random Raya 17-inch doll out of the blue, personally. So yeah, for the Disney designer line and the D23 dolls, I do think it's going to be Frozen and either Enchanted or Raya and the Last Dragon. So either Giselle here or Raya is going to be part of it. Personally, I don't think there's anyone else that could be part of D23. I think it would be weird to celebrate Hercules and Aladdin for D23, at least for this line in particular. If they want to do 17-inch dolls, sure, why not? Actually, it's kind of, yeah, no, it's impossible for them to be part of the D23 lineup for this collection at least, because, yeah, Jasmine was already done for this line, and, okay, so for Jasmine, it's impossible. For Hercules, there's potential of Meg being the other doll for this line. So there's a potential Meg coming up for D23. What we're getting for Hercules anniversary, that's tough to say. But yeah, as D23, I'm expecting Frozen to be part of this lineup, and I'm expecting Giselle or Raya to be part of the lineup too. So let's move on to the sax portion of this. So prior to the infamous one that everyone doesn't want to accept, but this is a limited edition Sax doll. It may be done by Hasbro, but it's not part of the shop Disney slash Sax limited edition dolls. But this is a limited edition of 1,000. It's just not being sold out anytime soon because no one really wants like a glorified Hasbro doll. That's pretty much what this is. But yeah, before this, the last thing we got was Frozen right here back in 2019. So Frozen and this Hasbro doll right here kind of has thrown a wrench into the order because before what they were doing was going down the lineup. So first we got Snow White, then we got Cinderella, and then we got the Frozen dolls. So Snow White and Cinderella were going in order. The next one should have been Aurora, but instead of Aurora, we got the Frozen dolls for their release of Frozen 2. And then last year in 2021, we got this lovely monstrosity. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say if they're going to still continue down the order. If they're going to continue down the order, then the next one is Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. It's honestly, it's up in the air at this point. Disney can kind of do whatever they want because they already threw a wrench into the order twice now. So it wouldn't be a shock to me if they decide to go out of order. So for argument's sake, let's say they do go out of order. So let's speculate what they could do then. So if they do decide to go out of order, my guess would be Jasmine. Simply because we're going in on the 30th anniversary for this movie. So to me, it would be amazing if we got a Sax limited edition doll of Jasmine this year. And then maybe the 30th anniversary doll, the 17-inch doll, could be Aladdin himself or Genie. That would be cool. I'd be up for that. Or maybe even Jafar. Save Jasmine for the Sax doll later in the year. I'd be up for that. So, if Jasmine were to be the doll this year, I think more this would be the prime outfit she'd be in. This nightgown right here, or a version of a wedding dress. I think to me that makes the most sense. It's not like nightgowns are like not an option because they literally did that for Frozen. Like these are literally the nightgowns right here. So it would not surprise me whatsoever if they did a version of Jasmine's nightgown for the Sax doll, or a version of a wedding dress for the Sax doll. I mean, because if we look back at Cinderella's, it's not really her wedding dress, but it looks like it could be. Like they literally could enhance it to the point where it looks like a wedding dress. I just don't see them doing a version of her normal attire at all. Personally, I just don't see that happening, and I don't see them doing a Rags version for a Sax doll. Huh. I wonder if they'll do a Rags version for the 17-inch limited edition doll. That'd be interesting. So yeah, if we're going out of order, I think it would be Jasmine. I think that makes the most sense. But if they're going to continue going in order, then of course it's going to be Aurora. If it is her this year that we're getting, what will she be wearing? So I think for Aurora, it's going to be have to do with her main dress that her fairies or witches, whoever they are, make for her. So I think it is a possibility that we get the pink dress right here, like a version of this, probably with a lot of gems surrounding this right here, and more jewelry up here, and a jewelry in the crown up there as well. And I think it's possible we get a blue version of it too, because Aurora is like one of these special cases where there's like the pink dress and there's this blue dress for her. I think it's possible that they do decide to make two Sax dolls for whenever they do decide to release Aurora. I mean, it's not unheard of for them to do 2+ Sax doll at around the same time, because they literally did that for Frozen. Like they did Elsa, Anna, and this all around the same time frame. So it's not really unheard of for them to do that. I still can't believe that they wanted like 30,000 for that. It's insane. But yeah, for Aurora, I'm expecting them to do a pink and a blue dress simultaneously, because to me that just makes the most sense, because it wouldn't feel right if they did just the pink dress for Aurora and not include the blue dress too. So it's really hard to tell what they're gonna do, because they've thrown a wrench into this a few times already, and they'll probably throw even more wrenches down the road. So I don't expect all 12 of these to happen like within a 10-year or 12-year frame. I think it's gonna happen over like a 30-year frame, simply because they like throwing wrenches in between each release. Now, what to expect the next Sax doll? So we have to include that Hasbro Bell doll. I'm sorry, but we do. So this was done last year, 2021, and these were released in 2019. So it's been 2 years since that happened, and before the Frozen ones came out, the last one we got was Cinderella, which was 2018. So these were yearly releases. Then the virus happened. So yeah, we should expect a sax doll this year. It's either Aurora or they throw another wrench into it and someone else. I still think it's Jasmine, but you guys let me know what you think we're going to be getting for the D23 dolls and the potential sax doll that we get later this year. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see y'all in the next one.